What's up, you guys? I wanted to share another dream I had back in Arizona. All these dreams that I've been sharing, I had in Arizona. Okay, well, most of them, but this one was one of the craziest dreams I've had because I had to deal with the Lord. Um, Basically, the dream started out with Jesus Christ chained to a wall. Okay, he was chained to this wall, and he was trying to break free from this wall. He basically, his arms were back, and these chains were kind of holding him. The chains are chained to the wall, and they're around his wrist. And I was watching it from the point of view, like, from the side. You know what I mean? He was kind of facing this direction, trying to break free, and I'm watching him from the side. And he's trying to break free, and he finally breaks free. But while he's breaking free, I see this anger in him. He's angry like a vicious lion. Like the the anger in him I've never seen before. It was a ferocity. You know what I mean? And when he broke free from this chain, he broke free with his left and right arm, and he was walking with this pace, like, when you're really walking hard, boom, boom, boom. And he was walking hard, and I see his hair. His hair was like, it wasn't like, how we see Jesus Christ, his hair is brown and curly. In this dream, his hair was like gray and white. Like it looked like it was turning from gray to white. And he was walking, and he was angry. He was super angry. You know what I mean? It kind of scared me to see him like that. And I see him walking, and he spits like he's disgusted. And he's walking, and he just spits like one of those, you know what I mean? And he keeps walking and walking, and all of a sudden, me and him are on this plane. And we're not in the plane. We're kind of like outside the plane, as the plane's in the sky flying. We're on the wings of the plane in like 35,000 feet in the air. And Jesus is he's sitting at the edge of the wing. It's crazy. He's sitting at the edge of the wing, and I'm standing on the wing, like kind of back, uh, kind of far away from where he is, but still on the wing. And I'm like, what? All of a sudden, he looks back and he says, "Come sit with me." He says, "Come sit with me," like how he's sitting with his feet dangling you know at the edge of the wing, at 35,000 feet in the air. And I look at him, and I'm like, "No, Lord." I said, "No, Lord." Like, I was scared to sit because I didn't want to fall. And then the dream ended. So, you know, when the Lord gives me dreams, guys, sometimes I know exactly what it means. It's like it's given to me what it means. Like, I don't need an interpreter. Sometimes I do need an interpreter to tell me what these dreams mean. But this dream, like, to me, was the Lion of Judah returning, not as a lamb, but as a fierce, angry lion. Guys, when the Lord comes back, he is not going to be playing games. He is not going to be happy and smiling. He is going to be fierce. He's going to be angry, and he's going to take out justice. He's going to judge the world. Okay, this is how I seen it when he broke free. I believe, okay, so this is what my opinion. You guys might have your opinion, or you know, you guys might have your own ideas, okay? But this is what I think. I think the Father controls all things, okay? Jesus Christ is equal with the Father, okay? Let's get that right, because he sits at the right hand of God. But I think, the Father, it said, Jesus Christ said, that the Father, you know, he knows the time. Not even the Son of Man knows when he's returning. And I believe, like, the Father released, like, basically told Jesus, it is time. It is time to go get your church. It is time to go get the saints. And it's time to judge the world. And when he broke free from those chains, I believe that it was like God saying, go. Like he broke the lion free, like go get them. You know what I mean? That's what I believe would happen. And his hair being gray and white was, I think, okay. So doesn't it say in Revelation that he had his hair was white as wool, and his eyes were red as fire or something like that. I'm not sure exactly the passage, but it's something like that, right? So maybe his like the gray and the white, like I don't know, maybe like it's turning, like it's time. I don't know, but his hair is turning white, like he's coming back, you know. So you know, I believe Jesus coming back, and then like the whole like we're on the plane, and the plane, like I knew like the plane was going to Earth, like he was coming like from the sky to land and go to Earth, and like he's coming back, guys. And I've always thought about this, like who are the riders on the horses with the Lord when he returns? You know what I mean? Like, are they the angels or are they the saints? So if you guys have like any ideas, or if you guys might know, that would be very appreciative. Because I really want to know that, it really, because maybe we're gonna come back with the Lord. Maybe we get raptured and then we come back on the horses. And I felt maybe like me on the plane with him was a sign, like we're coming back with him and execute judgment. But at the same time, like I kind of felt ashamed of myself, guys, because when the Lord told me to come sit with him at the edge of the wing, I was afraid and I said, Lord, no. Like I was scared. Like I had no faith, guys. Like he was like, come sit with me. Like, you know what I mean? Come sit with me. And I was afraid to sit at the edge of the plane because I might fall. I didn't trust in God. That's what I woke up. I woke up like ashamed of myself. Like, why wouldn't I sit with the Lord? Like, and maybe he's telling me like, maybe I lack faith. This was a while ago, and maybe I lack faith. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I feel like this is the return of the Lord. Like he was showing me his return, and he was not. Guys, if you could see him, if you could see the anger, the ferocity of the Lord, it is scary, guys. When I was watching him break free from those chains, it was like, I don't want to compare him to a monster or nothing like that, but it was just a lion. The most fiercest lion you can imagine. That's what it was like to see him. He broke those iron chains like it was nothing. Oh my God. It was, man, God is so awesome, man. But it's no joke because he's coming back and he's not going to be happy, guys, because he has to execute judgment and punish the world for sin. And he doesn't want to send people to hell, guys, but it's he's a judge. It's something he has to do, for people who aren't saved. And there's going to be a lot of wickedness in this world. Now, this is my my opinion. Now, okay, so I have a question. Okay, I have a question. I had another dream. Okay, a lot of people talk about post-trib, pre-trib, and all that stuff. Okay, I've had dreams where it seemed like it was post-trib, like we're gonna face some things. For example, the dream I gave you guys a day ago, right? Or actually, this is the dream where the Asian army, it looked like a China or North Korea invaded United States. Okay, there isn't gonna be an invasion. Okay, don't get that twisted, because right now we see Trump saying like China's cool with us, everything's okay, but don't believe it. Okay, don't believe it. They're gonna attack us. They're gonna invade America. Okay, it's all a ploy. Now, in that dream, when I talked about the Asian invasion, there first was an invasion, okay? But after the invasion happened, okay, when we get bombed and attacked, I don't know if you guys remember when I told you, when I seen the guy point the gun at me, I got scared and like, I went to flee. I went back to the ocean and started swimming. And when I started swimming in the ocean, this is the weird thing about it. I didn't understand before. But when I was swimming in the ocean and I turned around because I felt something was behind me. And when I turned around, there was these serpents in the water. I seen them. Okay, I can see their backs. I couldn't see the faces, but these serpents were in the water, and they look like alligators and snakes and all sorts of serpents. I hate snakes and all that. You know what I mean? I hate any serpent. But these things were like 5 or 6 of them. They were trying to attack me. Now I've heard. Okay, there's been people who had dreams of not only will America be destroyed, okay, like World War III is gonna be bad guys. It's gonna be terrible, but it's gonna be nothing compared to the demonic forces that will be unleashed on this world. Okay, there's gonna be some things you're gonna see in this world that we might see that are gonna scare the living daylight out of us, because I believe that those serpents were demonic entities. Okay, I believe that um we're gonna see demons on earth. Okay, the spiritual and the physical will blend. The people at CERN are trying to play God, and they're trying to open something that God closed for a reason. Okay, there's a reason that God closed the dimensions, is because He did not want us to be hurt by this thing. Okay, this is why the spiritual cannot blend with the physical. But these people at CERN are playing games. Now we read in Revelation about the bottomless pit is open. A key was given to the angel. A star fell from heaven with the key to the bottomless pit, and locusts came out. Guys, there's people that have had dreams about just the ugliest demons out terrorizing and killing people, cannibalizing people, eating people, walking in the streets. You know what I mean? I just watched um a video about this little child, man, like a 10-year-old kid that had a dream, and he was telling his grandma, oh, I seen, like, he drew it out, and he was like, I seen bombs dropped in America. He was seeing all these nuclear bombs dropped, and it was coming from all directions. It was coming from the west and from the east coast. And he was like, that's not it. Not only that, he said America was going to be divided in the middle. America was going to split open, he said not only that, but there's going to be giant, he said he understand, but he said there's going to be these giant human-like creatures with horns like a goat walking around and just terrorizing people. That's what this kid said. Okay, so not only that, there's others, guys, that I don't know if you guys have seen this one video about this one kid back in 96 who kind of drowned. And when he drowned, Jesus came to him and he spoke to him, and he kind of showed him the future, what was going to happen. Jesus told him, yes, there's going to be World War III. And he said, he told his mom that World War III is going to be terrible, okay? It's going to be bad. But he said, it's nothing compared to the demonic aliens. He said, that's what they are. They're going to claim to be aliens, but they're really demonic aliens, okay? They're demons, okay? They're not aliens from a different galaxy and a different, whatever, universe. They're basically interdimensional beings, okay? They've been here the whole time, okay? But they're going to come into our existence. And he said, he told his mom this, that they're going to be eating people, okay? They're going to be cannibalizing people. Can you imagine, right? Can you imagine these 20, 30-foot demons running around the streets, sniffing people out, sniffing people's DNA to find you, and can basically eat you alive? People have no idea what's going to happen. It's going to be beyond everything that why do you think they make these scary movies every month? It seems like every 2 months, every 3 months, they make these demonic movies. The Walking Dead, zombies, vampires, werewolves, monsters. Like, they're trying to get people programmed. You know what I mean? And these people, they watch this stuff and they like it, but they have no idea that they're going to be facing this stuff in real life. Jesus Christ said men's heart what did he say? Men's hearts will fail for the things coming upon the earth. Okay, he wasn't talking about just war, because Human beings are used to war, okay? We're used to war, but we're not used to seeing some things that we think are fake, or the movies say it's not real, it's made up. Can you imagine these people that watch these movies and one day wake up and see these, that the stuff in the movies are real? Okay? Guys, it's gonna get bad really, really soon. And I pray not only for myself to be found worthy, um, I pray that we all be found worthy. I pray for you that you be found worthy. I pray for you that you, your heart is right with the Lord. God knows our hearts, guys. We mess up. I mess up every single day, but God knows our hearts, and He knows that who's really trying and who's really doesn't care. You know what I mean? To explain it that way. This is the reason I say this, okay? I'm going to give you another dream. This is a personal dream, okay? But I'm going to share it with you guys because I know there's a lot of people struggling, okay? I had a dream where me and the Lord Jesus were walking in this neighborhood. It was nighttime, okay? And we were talking about my sins and my struggles. I don't remember what we were talking about, but we were talking about my sins. I knew it. And, I'm walking with the Lord, and it's weird because, in the dream world, in the spiritual world, it's kind of weird because you can see yourself, you're watching yourself. You know what I mean? It's like you're watching yourself talk to somebody else. You're at the point of view from a different point of view, but you're at the same time you're with him. It's weird, if that makes any sense. So I was watching us talk, basically, and I saw the Lord. He had like a red sash around him, and then he had like this long curly hair and a white robe, and he was just walking, and I was walking with him, and we were just talking about my sins and my situation and my problems and how we can get over this, right? And all I remember saying, I don't remember talking anything about my problems. All I remember hearing me say was, Lord, but you know my heart. Like, I know I've been messing up. I know I've done bad things. I know I've sinned. I know this and that and the other. But I was like, Lord, this is all I remember me saying. Lord, you know my heart. That's all I remember me saying. And you know what the Lord told me? He goes, I know. He goes, I know. You know what I mean? That let me know that he didn't, he has, I mean, he had every right to condemn me and, if God was to yell at me, I'd be like, okay, like, I understand, like, I could have done more, I could have done this, and I could have, been better. You know what I mean? He didn't come at me like that. He was very calm. He was very, very patient. He very, I can't explain it. He just has a calmness about him, And even though I was, talking to him about my situation, I was talking to him, but I told him, I'm trying. I'm doing what I can to stay away from bad things, even though I do them. And, his response was like, I know your heart, I know. And all of a sudden, I see this lady, and she was in front of us, and she was at this van. It was weird, and she was like unpacking something, and I didn't want her to hear what we were talking about, so I kind of like walked away from the Lord, and I was trying to like hint at the Lord, like, come with, like, it's funny how we humans. But anyways, I walk away, and I'm like, okay, Lord, come this way. I don't want her to hear what we're talking about. And I remember that, and then all of a sudden, I remember I'm back with him walking again, and I tell him, I'm like, Lord, what's your will for my life? And all of a sudden I wake up and I'm like, what? I'm like, no, why did I wake up? I was so mad because I asked him, what's your will from? I wanted to know what he wants me to do for the kingdom. You know what I mean? Everybody has a job. And as soon as I told him that, I woke up and I was like, what? I looked around like, no. I was so mad, guys. I was so pissed off. Like, why did I wake up? I don't know why the Lord didn't want to tell me. Why didn't he? I wish he would have told me. If you guys have any ideas of, maybe he wants me to find out for myself, or I don't know, guys. If you have any ideas, please let me know. But basically that was it. Also, I have one more thing to add. Okay. This is kind of like personal, but before I got saved, right? before I got saved, my mom's friend had a dream. She had a dream about me. And the dream was this. She said, this is before I got saved, guys. This is how God works. Look how amazing God is. I didn't even know the Lord, but this is while I was in jail. God gave her this dream. Basically, she said that I was walking with the disciples, and she said I had long hair and I had a long beard, and I was walking with the disciples, right? And she called out my name. She was calling out my name like Amin, Amin, and I didn't look at her or pay attention to her at all. I just kept walking with the disciples, and she said all of a sudden we were walking up this mountain. Okay, we were walking up this mountain, and I was on top of the mountain with the disciples of Jesus, and she said that she tried to come up this mountain, and she said there was a whole bunch of snakes like trying to make them from going up the mountain. They were like hissing at her, like, you know what I mean, biting her, like they weren't allowing her to come up this mountain. I kind of It's weird. Like I don't know what that means. I always thought maybe like I was gonna be a martyr for the Lord. I don't know. The reason I say that is because when I first got saved, the first dream I ever got from the Lord, ever, this is a personal dream, but I was on my knees, and someone put the crown of thorns on my head, and he said, "You are saved," and he put the crown of thorns on my head. I had that dream 2 times, and so ever since then I felt like maybe I was gonna be a martyr, like because the disciples are all martyrs for the Lord, except John. But basically, yeah, that's it. If you guys have any, I'm not really okay. I'm not really good at understanding the Bible, and I'm not the smartest guys. I'm not the smartest person, people. So, if you guys, I know there's a lot of people that know more about me about this stuff. If you guys, you know, if you guys understand that dream, or what the crown of thorns means, please let me know. And I love you guys, and I pray everybody gets ready because the Lord is coming back. Okay? God bless you. Amen.